Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Dr. Debs here. If you are just joining me or see my face for the first time, this is Dr. Debs and I'm happy you are seeing me. So please, if you have just subscribed, hit that subscribe button immediately so that you won't miss out on any of our juicy content. Yes, everybody. So we're going to be continuing the interview with Dr. Joy Babayemi from where we stopped last week. So let's jump right in. So let's go to the second exam experience. How was it? And what were the new strategies you implemented? The new methods the things you changed up from your previous experience? Your fears, your worries, anxieties. Did you have PTSD and all that?
Well, there was a time I considered leaving medical school. I should mention that.
Wow.
So reading one day, and it was more like I was hearing my head. I couldn't control my thoughts about failing again, about failing, about leaving school. For me, at a point, I felt I was going to leave school. So I called my mom that day, and I told her I was done. I was done with medical school. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm coming home right away. And so she came back. She came to my family is in Osho State. She came to my all in UI, spoke some few words into me, and I've shared that a number of times before. It was kind of I got a surge from our discussion, and I had a new perspective to things. I felt I should try this again and see how it would go. So my new approach, of course, I had fears, okay, like I just shared. I could not control my thoughts at that point, and largely they were not encouraging thoughts. They were more of discouraging ones, and replays of how the exam went. I was crying in the exam hall. How some people left me, how some people were passing back on the comments and stuff. So it was quite challenging. But my new approach to it stems from my faith. I should mention that I'm quite big on faith. So I'm a Christian, yeah, and I'm quite big on Christian perspective to things. So I was troubled one day, and I just felt it was getting too overwhelming. So my mom was scared at a point that I would leave church. I remember her calling me every Sunday to find out if I was still going to church. Yeah, so it was that bad. So I woke up one morning and I felt, well, let's talk to God about this. And so I just prayed about the whole thing, and I made it a point of duty every morning. No matter how busy the day got, I would pray before I left my room there every day. And so in one of those moments, it was like it was as if the light just shone on my eyes. I just felt like I knew what I was supposed to do. So I began to ask myself a question about stuff. So when was the last time I was ever happy being a student? And I answered myself was when I was in secondary school. Okay, so what did I do in secondary school that made school enjoyable while being stressful, and that I was not doing at that moment? So, and the response I gave myself was I had a clearly defined schedule for things. I woke up early in the morning around 4 a.m., read till around 6. We had devotion. Afterwards, I had to get ready for school. I would go to school. I would play with my colleagues, just play around with them, gist people, join them, gist and laugh and stuff. When I had a free period, I would spend some time reading. During breaks, I would join everybody, play with them. Then after school, I would spend another 2-3 hours reading. And by 7-8 p.m., I was done reading for the day. I would just retire to watch the TV, play with my family and stuff. And so the response, like I said, was more like a conversation with myself, and it looks like it was myself and myself, but I knew it wasn't myself and myself because I was it was like a question and answer kind of a thing. So the response was like, so why not bring in the same system into where I was and just modify it a little? And for the first time, it looked very possible to me. So I sat down and I said, okay, yeah, let's do this. I arranged my schedule, and that was the first thing I did. I arranged my schedule because I figured out initially I didn't have a fixed schedule. I didn't have a routine. It was just we wake up,
You just
take
do
the day as
things
it comes, and we
as
move.
time.
Yeah.
That's one thing
So
about
now
medical
it
school. Don't
was
plan.
yes,
Medical school plan for you.
exactly. So now it was clearly defined. I was to wake up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. I was to read till 6 a.m. I was to have my devotion between 6 and 6:40 thereabouts. Then I was to get ready for school, like pick a dress, carefully select a dress. That was enough joy for me. The joy of picking what I would wear was so I look forward to it every day. Carefully pick a
Wow.
dress, iron, get ready for school, fetch water, play with my roommates and stuff. Just deliberately spend some time playing with them, deliberately, just to lighten my mood and stuff. And so go to CAF, get food, get to class early so I could again interact with some of my colleagues, play with them and stuff. So that was what brought about the part of me mingling with people so early. It was more of a deliberate thing because I felt it formed the bulk of who I was growing up. And so medical school had taken that part of me. I had become, yeah, I'm introverted, but more
Now
of an
like
ambivert. When I'm with my exactly when I'm with my guys, I can loosen up. But I had lost that part of me so much. So yeah, I deliberately worked my way into bringing that part back. So now I had a schedule that I had to work with every day. Two was I never missed class no matter what. I got that as part of our conversation. I never missed class no matter what. Three was I I knew I had issues with my practicals. I knew what the practical exams would look like. And so I knew how to approach the practicals every time I went for it. Histology, neuroanatomy and stuff, which was why I took up the duty of teaching in neuroanatomy because I knew what to look for. I knew what they would ask us. So teaching was a way to help me also maintain focus and help me have a first-hand experience. And I did the same for histology practicals too, same as physiology. So I had the advantage of knowing what the exams would look like. And so I could work from that point to
point
prepare
of
towards it specifically, yes, while also doing other things. And so my mantra became basing my medical school experience on a tripod of my faith, my hard work, and me playing with my colleagues and my family. And that was all I did. And from that point, I maintained that tempo throughout medical school. It was just like a turnaround from your through because I just built on that till I left school eventually.
wow. Thank you so much. Like I've already learned so much already. Just listening to you. Wow. So how did seeing the second results feel? How was the experience like? Did you go and check this time or somebody checked for you? And how did it feel that you passed?
Oh, okay. So this second, the first one, I could not travel to my parents because again, I was literally expecting I could just fail. So, but this, I mean, after the second one, I knew it was practically impossible to fail. It was practically impossible. I was too
Okay.
certain I was going to pass. So I traveled home, just spent the time with my parents and stuff. And the results came out. When they came out, I wasn't surprised. I just smiled, took it to my mom and
Wow.
told her the result was out and I had passed and stuff. So
Wow.
I was happy, yes, but I mean I wasn't expecting anything different. So
Yes, 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 yes. Wow. Wow, we've actually spent a lot of time here already. So as a way of concluding, I just want to give you this like few minutes to just encourage people. Number one, just tell them lessons that to people that are watching that are probably going through this what you went through, a repeat experience or a receipt experience, and just to also encourage them. So lessons and then encouragement. Yes.
okay, so sometimes ago, I think in 2017 or 2018, the immediate class that followed us invited me to speak to them and
And
when they were
that's
preparing for their
2K18.
first exam. Yes, 2K18. When they were preparing for the first professional exam, so the same MP1 I had issues with. And the topic they gave me was failure is not final. I was supposed to talk about that. And I remember thinking about it for about a week or 10 days. Just what should I say? What do I put? I was struggling with what to say. Again, in my usual character, when I have issues like that, I just shut down everywhere. Take some time to pray and just continue my day. I always expect to know what to say before the day comes. So I was just brushing my teeth one of those days and I had a nudge about what I felt I could say. So I got there and I told them I had a story to tell them. Then I told my story in the third person and the third person view, kind of. So I told the story as though I was telling the story of someone I knew, but not me. It was at the end I mentioned to them that the person I was talking about was myself. And what I want to draw out is my closing statement. So what I said then was, I will try and remember. I hope I can. Failure is not final. It is the suspense in a movie that keeps the viewers glued to their seats, asking themselves the question, "What next?" Actually, even the playwright has no clue about the answer to that question. It is only the protagonist that determines what the next act and scene would be. And I went on to say, "Hey, actor, don't keep us waiting for long. We know this movie has a happy ending. Show us how it ends." That was what
Wow.
happened at the end. So yeah.
Wow. That's mic drop.
So it's not the end.
Ah,
And when I said that, and I just put it, my name is so and so. Thank you for listening. I was supposed to spend about 10, 10, 15 minutes. I finished my whole talking about 7 minutes. I got the
wow.
loudest ovation for the day. I remember a guy
Wow.
running from the back of the hall, running towards me. He hugged me so
Wow.
tight, and
Wow.
then someone I had never met in my life before. And then he went back
Nice.
to his seats. It was incredible. So
Wow. Wow. Wow.
it doesn't have to be the end. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the end. Really,
That's
you
good.
you are the one that determines what happens next. Okay, so you have an advantage. You know what the experience is like. You know where you made mistakes. Really, you can tell where you need to adjust. It may not be a situation like mine. Like I said, mine was somewhat complex. I had a mix of things going on. There was the church, there was my relationship, there was a few other things going on at that same time. And of course, like I said, the trouble of adapting to the new system of medical school. So everybody can usually tell what's happened, and so you have that advantage. You know what the exam is like, you know what they expect of you, you know where you made mistakes, so you can approach it with a more focused view than
That's
everybody
good.
else would. And so rather than give up and just back down, no, you can get up and even do it better. Like I said, if I did not have that issue the first time, I probably would not have charted the course of my life the way it has gone so far, because I kind of became more focused. My plan, my pattern for medical school, I drew it at that point. And like I said, I maintained that pattern till I left school eventually. I maintained the same pattern till now. Okay, so if I didn't have that experience, I probably would not have been able to get that kind of a thing out of it. So you can always make positive and negatives out of anything. It all depends on how you handle it. And like I said in the quotes, show us how it ends. We know it has a happy ending. Don't keep us waiting for long. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Joy. Like I've literally been so lifted, blessed, and encouraged. Like even for life, this one is even beyond a repeat or a visit experience. It's basically how life should be approached, honestly. And I'm so grateful that I got the honor of talking to you. So yeah, a celebrity, I'm a guy. Hey.
Ah.
So, one of the major things that I actually picked from everything you said was the fact that you did not. There's a way that failure kind of drives people into isolation, and you just want to grieve, you just want to be on your own. Or one thing that you did that I could pick from what you said was you intentionally like told yourself that you were not going to be isolated. You mentioned that you intentionally play with your roommates, you intentionally mingle with people, you intentionally spend time with your family and all that. And you were so intentional about bringing yourself out of that isolation that the failure experience should have naturally tilted you to. And also, definitely, most importantly, the God factor cannot even be overemphasized. In fact, I feel like that was the anchor for everything. All the aha moments that you had, all the light shining on you moments, everything was a product of the fact that you were still going to God in the place of prayer. You didn't say, God, you have disappointed me, you have messed my life up, where do I start from, and all that. You still, and that's actually what faith is. still trusting God even when things go down and everything. And I'm so glad that you were able to share your experience with us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Joy. God
And
bless you.
it's an honor coming here.
Yes, and I know that this is going to bless a lot of people, and yes, it's going to bless a lot of people. Thank you so much, and I wish you
Yeah.
all the best in all your future endeavors, whether Jackpot or say Paco, all your future endeavors. And yes, God's speed, God's favor, God's blessing in
Amen.
Jesus. Thank you so
Amen.
much.
Amen.
So
Amen.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a
That
beautiful
was
week
good to
ahead.
do. You
Yeah. Bye
too.
bye.
Enjoy yourself.
You too. Bye. Wow, I'm so I was so blessed by Dr. Joy. Thank you so much. And I'm sure you've learned one or two things from his experiences. Like I said, failure, like he said, failure is not final. And I'm repeating, like that was just the highlight of it. So I want you to write it in the comment section. Failure is not final. Failure is not final. Failure is not final. You can do it again. You can face it again. You can look at whatever it is, you can do it again. Don't give up. It doesn't even only have to be pre-clinical school. What if you even finals? You know, some people fail final exams. You can face it again, and you're going to come out on the other side. Like he said, it's just a glitch. It's just a suspense. We know there is a happy ending, but you actually is going to determine how that ending is going to be, and you cannot afford to give up now. There's a song that says that I can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road will be easy, but I know that God has not brought me this far to leave you. So somebody's wondering that I'm tired, I'm frustrated. God has not brought you this far to leave you. Just hold on, just stay strong, and you would see that everything will fall into place. You'd rise again. It's just a glitch in your story. It's just when you're reading a suspense novel, or you're watching the suspense, there's this part you have to start beating. Is the main lead actor going to die or something? But then there's a switch and everything just turns around, and the switch is coming, but you determine the switch. So don't give up, right? Don't give up. You can face it again. If you are facing it, don't let anything discourage you. I don't want you to look at those around you. That's why I said it. I always say it. You cannot do this thing without God. You cannot. You cannot. Yeah. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching this video. If you have not subscribed, see this gold that's coming to you. See, you can imagine the kind of beautiful interviews I have in store. This is just the first one. Oh, see the first one. See, subscribe and turn on your notification, so as it's dropping like this, you'll be getting the video back again on your notification. Please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you, and I'm so happy to do this. Like, oh my goodness. Thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye.